What we're going to cover here is probably a very significant initiative, and it's something that we don't really see going on any other place. It comes down to a response to the COVID-19 pandemic that we're faced with in Bedford County. And as you know, there's so many facets of a community response, but some of our main goals, one, are ensuring that our citizens are taken care of, ensuring that we have a continuity of government, that the government is actually functioning as best it can to deliver the services for the citizens, and also ensuring that our responders, our first responders, our communications officers, our healthcare workers, our utility workers are safe. As most of you know, my name is Chief Jack Jones, the Chief of Department, Bedford County Fire and Rescue. I'm currently also serving as the Emergency Management Coordinator for the county, and that's something that really doesn't have to come up very often until we have an incident such as this. With us this morning are Sheriff Mike Miller, the Sheriff of Bedford County, Chief Todd Foreman, the Chief of Police for the town of Bedford, Mr. Robert Hiss, the County Administrator of Bedford County, and Mr. Mickey Johnson, a supervisor from our Board of Supervisors from Bedford County. We've got a lot of other great public safety people around us, all 6 to 8 feet away. So we want to thank you all for being here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Sheriff Mike Miller, who's going to discuss this call center concept. And the purpose of the call center is so that our local citizens, through phone and email, have an opportunity to seek either questions or resources, or people that want to volunteer resources into our system. We understand with the various segments of our community, the needs are going to be different. We are hoping that people will shelter at home. We are hoping that people maintain social distancing. And we also know that there are going to be needs that are going to come up that probably various other segments of the community can work to provide. This is not a thing where government can step in and be all things to all people. This community, we do a great job with fire, rescue, law enforcement, communications, and many other areas. This is going to require an entire community to respond to help take care of our people. Often with COVID-19, as with any flu-like symptom or any of our viruses, our extremes of age are our people that are most at risk. So that we're joining this through this collaboration, this call center, and all of its many facets, so that we can provide as many services as appropriate and be the linkage to some great service organizations. So at this time, I'll turn it over to Sheriff Mike Miller.
Well, good morning. First, we would like to thank all of the news media that is here today to help get this information out to our Bedford County citizens, to everyone else who has been instrumental in the county level, providing that our call center is up and running. We have made some significant adjustments in either our professional or our personal lives over the last few weeks. This is just one of the initiatives Bedford County has placed into to help our citizens, all in an effort to continue to provide public safety services in our community while adjusting to some assignments in a way that we can hope will minimize the spread of COVID-19 among our citizens. Today, Monday, March the 30th, we opened the Bedford County Call Center. This mission is to address any concerns you may have as a citizen regarding the COVID-19 virus and the impact on our community. This is an attempt to help curb the anxiety of our citizens and help our 911 operators to continue to accomplish the great work that they have to do. A representative from the Bedford County Sheriff's Office, along with staff from other Bedford County departments, will staff our call center Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. The phone number is 540-587-0720. A voicemail will be on the phone for people calling before 9 and after 5 p.m. Callers may leave a message containing their name, phone number, and a brief description of the reason for their call and expect a call back or an email returned. Citizens may email to COVID-19 Bedford Help at bedfordcounty.va.gov. This will be also given to you all as print too. We have also been working with our faith-based community and our food pantries in our county to address our citizens 60 years of age and older that may need help with food or supplies. We have been in contact with our infrastructure, grocery stores like Walmart, Kroger's, Food Line, and the Dollar Generals. Also our pharmacies, to make sure we have the utmost up-to-date information to address the needs of our citizens. If you are 60 years old or older and need some type of assistance, please call our call center and we will place you in contact with the community leaders that you have to meet with to help your needs. A wonderful part of Bedford County is our citizens, and especially our senior citizens. As a county, we want to make sure that you are as safe as possible while you're going through the situation that each of us are going through. Please use this call center to help prevent frauds and scams that may be starting in our county. As most citizens are going through and doing the right thing, we also have people out there that want to take advantage of any situation. Please stay in touch with your family, your neighbors, our public safety members at this time. Basically, neighbors watching out for neighbors. As your sheriff, please take advantage of this wonderful call center that has been established for you. It is important that each of you maintain the ability to protect yourself from unnecessary exposure that can impact your personal health and the wellness of your families. As always, if you have questions or concerns, please contact the call center, speak to a member with those concerns. Thank you for your continued hard work and focus. We together are stronger. Mr. Hiss.
Well, thank you, Sheriff, and thank you for everybody for coming this morning to discuss this and learn more about this program that we're implementing. A couple weeks ago, this idea was birthed as we were talking about what are our needs of our community going to be going forward. A lot of our community is very resilient in a lot of ways. We're typically used to ice storms or other natural events where our community members are trained and have the ability to shelter in place for 3 or 4 days. But this is not 3 or 4 days. I mean, obviously, we're already several weeks into this, and it could be an upwards of 30 or more days. We don't know. None of us know other than what we learned from our experts. So as the Sheriff's Office and the other officials within our community, we were really trying to think about how are we going to meet the needs of our most vulnerable members going forward in our community as medicines start to deplete and paychecks start to disappear and other needs start to emerge, especially amongst our senior citizen population. How can we help meet those unmet needs as the COVID-19 matures and continues to go forward? So I really applaud the Sheriff's Office and the other officials who've been involved with this to be thinking outside the box. As County Administrator, that's one of the first things I said is we're not going to be able to operate this as we typically do. And we need to take a burden off of our 911 operators because eventually these phone calls will go into 911. Well, the idea is to keep 911 as an emergency line. So these are non-emergency needs and needs that can be met with our community. And again, I really applaud the Sheriff's Office and their staff for taking this challenge and working actively on this. They've reached out to the different members and leaders in our faith community and other industries in order to rally around a system in order to deliver these services out to our community. So not only is this a phone call in, but it's a service being delivered out to the members of our community. And without their hard work and the partnerships that they've realized, Bedford County citizens and the faith community leaders and others, they're ready to give back and to be active in helping those who are in need. And I really, again, I applaud the Sheriff's Office for the work that they've done to make this happen, and look forward to it being implemented and starting today so our citizens will have another opportunity to have their needs met. Thank you.
Thank y'all for being here today. I just wanted to say we have a great team of public safety officials here behind me. We've come up with great ideas. We are most concerned about the citizens in the county and the town, that we want to take care of them. The ones that we're concerned about are those that are in need, and that's why we have this phone system set up and a method for them to be able to call. So make sure you call if you have a need. It's very important to us. I hear a lot of times people say they don't want to bother the police because we're busy. We are busy now, but we've set this up to handle that so that we can take care of the citizens and have their needs met. We don't need anybody to suffer at home, We don't need anybody to be affected by COVID-19 that doesn't have, that can stay away from others. We need to self-quarantine, we need to be social distancing, and we need to take care of each other at this time. This is an important time where we all need to work together as a team, and that's what we're here to do. Thank you.
Now we'll hear from Mickey Johnson, who is our District 1 Supervisor.
Thank you, Sheriff, and I would just like to acknowledge all the effort and support that we've received from the folks standing in front of you here, and just encourage the public to do what the CDC says, to listen to our law enforcement and our health officials, listen to the people that know what they're talking about, and do what they say. It's a little disheartening sometimes to have to go somewhere and see the crowds that I see. I applaud the Sheriff's Department, and I applaud all of our enforcement for doing everything they can. Now it's up to us, the citizens, to listen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And again, to just put a little more finer point, as far as a unified response, the Bedford County and the town of Bedford are in lockstep with this, and with all of our major responses that we do. We're in communication with Chief Fordman routinely, and that we're doing the best we can for all of our folks through a unified command and a unified response, no barriers, no segments, and that's really so important because this virus knows no boundaries, right? We're going to have an opportunity here when we're done in a second for different staff to escort you as needed through the call center, kind of see the background, see the facility, and see what's going on in there, and that way you'll be able to get a better grasp of what's going on. We also have Mr. Denny Huff of the Bedford Community Health Foundation with us. Denny is a heck of a partner in so much of what we do, and the Health Foundation. They provide so many resources to so many groups and organizations in Bedford County and our surrounding counties. And Denny, thank you so much for your expertise when it comes to volunteer and donation management. Certainly a great partnership. So with that, we'll be available for questions and answers as we go through and we do our tours. It's very important for you to see the operation there, and please just, keep a distance, wash your hands, and just take care of each other. And as Mickey said, follow the CDC guidelines. They are just so impactful. Okay, thank you very much.
Who wants to go first?